All right, Kenny, what questions we got this week so far? Start us
Well,
off.
Kind of was over there. I'm getting better with the driver and the 3-wood.
Okay.
My questions are going to probably be like from 100 yards in.
Okay.
Lob wedge, gap wedge, pitching wedge,
Okay.
this and that.
So let's get those numbers set up.
Okay.
So that's what you're asking. You want to know,
Okay.
like right now, what are you swinging here?
I got an 8 with me right here.
Okay. So 8, loosening up, we were about 100 yards. So we know that that's about 120, right?
Right.
Okay.
I do the 110 to 120.
Okay.
Well, the 100 to 115, 120.
Okay. And you'll get more consistent the more we do this.
Right.
And you'll start to see your numbers get closer in range.
Yeah.
Because we don't, it's hard to play really great golf if your 8-iron might go 100 or it might go 120. Because 20 yards is a decent amount
Well,
on a
that's
golf
kind
course,
of where
right?
I'm still at, though.
Correct. No, that's fine. That's fine. You literally haven't played enough golf yet, Ken.
Right.
Literally.
Right.
How many rounds did you have last summer? A dozen? Okay, come on. I've got 8,000.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, I know. I've been concentrating on my backswing. I'm figuring club path and hitting square, and that's
Well, that's perfect.
75% of it or
Yeah.
whatever.
No, I mean, I was really pleased with your warm up there. It was really good.
Yeah, so I've been concentrating on going back slower, coming
Yep,
in and
I
trying to
noticed that too.
get it square and
Okay, great. So, what do you hit 75 yards?
Well, 75 to 100, I was using my pitching wedge,
Okay.
but I'm hitting over there into that screen, and then I'm 50 yards out, and I'll try the lob. It always says lob wedge,
Okay.
which I don't know
Be careful on screens.
if right. I
Right,
realize
because
that. I've been
It's
using
just taking numbers.
right.
right?
Is the A the gap?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've
I
been
want you-
using that,
Good. Perfect.
and
Because
I've been
that's why I
trying to
brought
get a
that, see
swing
those
that will
numbers.
come in at like 50 yards.
Okay. I
with
want
this.
you to make your good swing with that, please.
But I find up if I wind up and hit it too hard, it's going more than 50.
Okay. So when you talk about winding up,
Well, when I take a full backswing.
okay. So that was my question.
So
we
I got to
can.
figure out like a 3/4 or a half or
Yes.
that kind of
That's
stuff.
perfect because each club has possibly 3 to 5 yardages to it,
Right,
depending on backswing, depending on finish.
right.
Okay. So I want you to hit this the best you can, 75 yards.
Okay.
It's a gap wedge. It's your A wedge.
Okay. And I noticed with this one in the lob wedge, you got to really come in square, or it seems to.
For sure, it can.
I was hitting the lob and I was getting a lot, going
Out to the right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've been concentrating on just coming in straight on. It takes a little effort. So you want this one going forward.
I want this one to go just
Full swing.
Yep, full swing. Let's see where we're at. Okay, so now the only thing that's not going to be a real true number, right? Because we hit it a little lower than normal. Okay, it's okay. Now, I just saw that already. In your mind, you're like, boy, I got to hit this really hard to hit 75. Right?
Right.
And so your tempo is different, and all of a sudden, that's the worst shot you've hit today so far.
Well, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what I got to get the tempo down.
Correct.
The shorter
So
shots.
let's just make your good tempo swing, and let's see what the number is.
Okay.
Let's go the opposite direction. Let's think about like, okay, so if I make a nice normal Ken swing with my attack wedge. Yep. So what I'm seeing is you pop up just a little bit through impact.
Okay.
Okay, so let's feel like we're staying in our posture. Chest is covering the golf ball at impact, please. Okay, not bad.
Yeah, I found I'm all over the map with this thing.
I think you just don't have a consistent speed yet.
Right.
Because those look
for
a
the
little.
distance I want to go.
Yeah, but no. So you go backwards. Let's think of it opposite. I want you just to make your smoothest, still with speed, your most relaxed swing, and we're going to see what the numbers are.
Okay.
I want you to put this ball back in your stance ever so slightly. Maybe a ball rotation. There, good. Let's get that ball first. We're gonna feel like we're gonna hit it low for me, please. Okay. Feel how you went underneath that one a little bit? Okay. So that's interesting because here's what's happening. I had the ball forward, and this is your release pattern. That's thin. Back here, that's going to be heavy. So we've got to feel like this feeling here is delayed, impact, then feel like that flip is happening. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So delay your right hand trying to hit it. Ball may go to the right, and that's okay. There you go. I didn't pick it up, but that was much better. Let's do that again. Hit it as low as you can on this one. What does low look like at impact? What does low look like hand position? Forward. Not the start, but that's where I want it to be.
Coming in.
Yeah, at impact, I want your hands slightly in front of the golf ball at impact. That's your feeling. That's better. That's better.
Yeah, I've been really concentrating on keeping these arms straight.
Yeah, no,
Going
your
back and
backswing
forth.
looks great. Your path looks great. It's a little bit, you're collapsing a little bit early, or you're releasing that club just a little early at impact, before impact.
Yeah, my biggest thing I notice is I'm still coming in a little, just a shade high
Yes,
sometimes.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
yes, I do. That's the thin shots you're talking about.
Right. Now I figure I was a little high there.
Just a hair. That miss will do almost every single time. So that was 60 carry, not bad. And so what I'm trying to do here is just get us some data that says like, well, when Ken swings his simple swing, we'll call it,
Yeah.
it's about 60 yards in the air, all right? So I want you to speed the swing up just a little here. I want to see what happens. There's nothing wrong. That isn't too fast, Ken. In fact, that's the tempo I'd like to have you have as your simple swing,
Okay.
okay? So now look at that distance.
Yeah, that's 86.
Yeah, so all of a sudden now we're more in the realm of what I think we should be. This should be about a 90 club.
Oh, my.
But I don't want you to strive to get 90. I just want you to swing.
Get it
So
back.
all I asked you to do is just speed it up a little. See if you can duplicate that speed for me, please.
Get it natural.
Yeah, because it wasn't like you hurried or tried to hit it harder. What you did really is just made the swing a little bit longer. That's all I saw there. Good. Okay, great. We missed it slightly, but we're still more in the realm of what I want. And that club face is a little close, that's okay. So it's interesting. Sometimes you try so hard to slow your swing down. The slower our hands start to move, the earlier that club head's gonna catch up to the hands. You might not even be flipping the right hand. It's just your hands, so if my hands slow down, where's that club gonna keep going, right? But if my hands are moving a little bit faster, that club's gonna be delayed or swing a little differently. So find that same good speed, those last two. I want you to feel like you're swinging a little faster
Yeah,
again.
I can speed it up. I was kind of going slower so I could get the
Yes, but
70,
we
50
can
or
go
whatever.
too slow, Ken.
Yeah,
There's such a thing as too slow, and we can't create a dynamic into the golf ball.
right.
So good speed here again. There we go. That's not too fast.
No.
Do you see how and you can kind of, as you start playing more, you're gonna figure out, if you don't have balance at the end of your swing, you're trying too hard. If you can swing as fast as you can and have perfect balance at the
And
finish,
come with that follow.
that means your body can handle the speed that you're swinging.
I'm not falling back near.
Correct, correct. So if I try to swing as hard as I can, there'll be balance issues throughout the swing,
Right.
right? And then my finish won't look like a normal finish.
So basically, go as hard as I can with keeping the swing correct.
Yeah, yes, ultimately, that's exactly right.
Right.
Great balance again, 76. That's, look at, numbers are perfect. That's a great thing. So anything, maybe we added a little loft at the bottom, we may not have had the perfect contact on it, but almost 80, so 14 yards, you're probably still on the green, right? Or just short, where it's a simple putt off the green or a little easy chip. Because you're right on your line. All right, let's do it again, same good speed. Beautiful. Okay. Now I want pitching wedge, same speed, please.
Okay.
Yeah, thin one, but look at our numbers. It's still got in the air. It's not going to look as pretty to your playing partners.
I
But
am starting to get better distance. I noticed that
Yes,
too in the
I-
screen over
yeah.
there.
No, I just think you're getting more comfortable within your own skin.
Yeah, well, that's true.
How do you do, Ken? How do you do with? You usually play with buddies, right? So there's not a lot of nerves with the boys that you're.
No,
Okay.
it's all a friendly thing. We're not playing for no money. And
I'm going to give you a scenario, and I want you to be as honest as you can. You're playing Deer Valley.
Okay.
Okay, it's a little slow, and you're on your fourth hole. You're not playing great, and you're about to tee off, and the group behind you pulls up. Strangers. Give me your thought process. Oh crap!
I probably wouldn't even notice.
Okay.
I noticed them pulling in. And
But you're not worried about what they're thinking. What
No,
they're
no,
okay.
no,
Okay,
I'm-
good, great.
I'm 68. I'm done worrying
I
about
love
what
it.
people think about me.
Because you'd be surprised how many
Right,
people
nerves.
get super
Right,
nervous
yeah.
about on strangers watching them
Right.
try to perform.
Now maybe the first hole or two till I actually hit like 7 or 8 balls, I'm a little bit probably on edge of it.
I don't think you're alone there.
But once I'm like 3 or 4 in deep, it's just game
Any
on.
tournament I've played in, the first hole, I'm the most nervous.
Well, that's same here. My very first tee off,
Yeah.
because I'm
Yeah, the
trying
first
so
shot.
hard to get a
Correct.
good start,
Correct.
and then I'll just think 1,000 things and it all goes haywire.
Well, that is true. So
So-
that's the thing. That's what I'm trying to get you to feel like. Well, let's just make this simple move. Back, through, same tempo, and all you're thinking about more so is that, if you can. Because that's what I have to do too. I have my routine, I'm thinking about where I want my ball to go, and then hopefully I pull it off well enough to where I can just like take a couple more deep breaths and then I'm off.
Yeah, I kind of don't worry about it. I know where I'm at, you know.
Yeah, good.
I don't really care what.
Good. No, that's great.
That gosh dang
That's
it.
great. Because that's not the norm, sadly. Most people are a little bit more conscious of what people think of them and that affects how they think about themselves. Okay, a little faster tempo. We want you to hit this one. Okay. Got a little underneath that one maybe, just a little. And we don't judge ourselves on those, that's fine.
Right.
Okay, not bad. So what I'm gonna ask you to do on this one, I want you to put that ball back in your stance just a little bit. I gotta find the right spot where you naturally release your club into the ball. Sometimes it gets a little too far forward in your stance, and we're in here and we've already released that club. So that pitching wedge, what I'm trying to say, that pitching wedge is a sand wedge loft. I want it back in the stance just a little so we can get that feeling. There you go. So I want you to feel like, again, you're trying to hit it as low as we can.
So to the right side of my pec.
Correct. Very good.
So I don't think I lined up.
That's okay.
I was too close to it, I believe.
Okay.
I put my count back to 4,000, gives me a little bit more.
Sounds good.
That better be better.
103, that was. That was, and if we're doing the numbers, if your attack wedge or gap wedge is 90, and now you're 103, that's perfect gapping, okay? 10 to 12 yards, 13 yards, that's fine. You may see a little bit more. For me, it's 7 to 12 yards is really well hit or miss. Ultimately, we never want what? We never want two clubs going the same distance no matter what, right?
Yeah.
Because that makes no sense,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Right, good.
And I'll figure a lot of that out by the end of this summer. Like you said, that's just, you gotta learn it.
You do. And then you have to understand altitude, you have to understand wind, you have to understand conditions.
Right.
So, you know, because your ball doesn't always go
Right.
90.
And I'm starting to look at pin placement too. I'm figuring that out, you know, if it's on the far side of one green, I'll hit towards the middle of the green so I don't
So good,
aim
Ken.
for the pin and
So good.
end up, you know, down the bank
If
on the other
you
side.
can remember this, if you were to try to hit the middle of the green no matter what, every hole,
You'd be good.
you would be amazed how many times you're more around the green and you're not putting yourself in what we call short-sighted.
Right.
Do you know what that means?
Right. Well, I'm not. I figured it's on this side, and there's a bunker here, and one's beside the pin, and the whole other side of the green's open.
Yeah, good. Because a lot of people just like pin, and they just try to hit it at the pin, and then they miss it to the right. Now they got to hit this big lob shot over a bunker to a
Right.
pin that's short,
Right.
and it runs all the way where you could have hit it on the first place.
Right.
Right.
I learned that now.
Good. That's golf course management. That's awesome.
If it's on one side, you know, don't shoot if it's only like 10 feet on the side of the pin. You're into the bunker, and I'll go to the left side where, you know, I can putt to it.
Okay. Good.
Still feel like I'm about an 1/8
Okay.
above the carpet.
Then on your backswing, be careful when you're trying to hit this a little bit harder or faster. Remember that if your arms kind of run a little bit on the backswing, that pulls you up out of your swing. That makes you stand up, and then you have a difficulty getting back into that setup position at impact. So maybe feel like your arm swing's a little shorter on the backswing, but we're still moving in that same speed. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm thinking in April, if the weather's nice, I want to go out here, like maybe for the last 3 lessons and hitting the grass.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, just get used to the grass, because it's a little different than hitting off these
Well, I'd
paths.
also like to, if it's nice enough, I want to take you over to Colonial too and do a little bunker
Okay.
and a little
Yeah.
chipping and a little pitching.
Okay.
Just so you can get an idea, because if you don't know how to get out of a bunker, it could be an absolute disaster, because you're
Right.
going to end up playing well, and then all of a sudden it's just like, I just made 9 because I took 4 out of the bunker.
Right. Well, I did watch your bunker lesson with Kevin, but I
Yeah.
agreed.
But no, I want to, yes,
Yeah,
but I want you to
right.
feel, it's one thing.
Right,
to
I
read
got to do it.
Yes,
Right, right.
absolutely.
I got to live it.
Okay, just watch your ball position, it's a hair forward, good. Okay, just a smidge behind it. That's gotta be over 100. Yep. Oh, sorry, Kenny. Good ball position, excellent. Good.
I do, well, I've hit off these so far, but I do find, even I found it last year, when I was hitting off grass, it was a different game than, you know, hitting
Yes.
off these things.
No, it is, because you can get false positives on these.
Yeah.
You can hit slightly behind it, and then terra firma doesn't really forgive you that much.
So I'm thinking when I get in the grass, I'm just gonna, like I said, have to get just a fraction lower.
Yeah? Okay, great. 9-iron, please. Nice. Would you say your 9 and 8 are some of your favorite clubs?
I would actually say I've been looking at that 8 a lot,
Okay.
for like 100 to
There's a
115.
different confidence once we get to this loft, round 9 and 8. I see your swing a little bit more confident. That's the
Yeah.
speed I'd really like to see you swing with everything.
Yeah, well, I would agree with that, because I've been doing the 6, 7, 8, and 9 over there.
Great.
And I'm more confident with them than I am with the pitching wedge and
Okay.
the gap wedge.
All right. Then just do me a favor.
And the lob wedge.
Let's put some more reps into those lower clubs,
Okay.
just so you start to feel a little bit more
Well,
confident.
that's what I'm good. I started this past time over there.
Good. Good.
I can take my time. I got 2 hours.
Awesome. So, at this point in your career, we may call these accidental pures. Like when you hit it that far with 9, which is normally our 8, we're gonna call it accidental pures until we start seeing a consistency, and then maybe you're like, oh, guess what? 9 iron's now 120.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I see what
But
you're
that's,
saying.
those last two, 114 and 120, are fantastic. We're still in our good gapping.
Right.
Does that make sense, right? Gapping when I say, so 8 iron would now be 130
Well, these clubs
possibly.
feel a lot heavier than them other 3. They just, I don't know if the head feels heavier, or they just feel heavier in my hand. But
Well, we can weigh them if you want. They shouldn't be too much, and what you might be feeling is that the longer the club, the heavier the
Well,
head
that's
feels.
probably it then, yeah, because I noticed like when the
Well,
shorter
all
ones-
your whole career weighing male, right? You have a sensitivity that most people don't.
I could tell if my mailbag's 30 pounds or 35. 35 was the limit. Now, one other quick question.
Yeah, please.
I heard the higher you, or the lower you get in your irons, you maybe want the ball a little bit more
That's
front.
true.
Is that?
That's true.
Okay.
That's true. So
Because like when I got to the 6, I would just put it
very
on the
good.
left side. there
Absolutely
instead
right.
of the right.
Very good.
Okay.
That's 100% correct. Yeah, you did. You had some good positions in there though, didn't you? Because we still hit at 117.
Yeah.
That's great. Yes, but I would be slightly critical of myself if I fell back that way, and I would be like, okay, pay attention to that because
Right.
you hit 2 more 9 irons, and all of a sudden now you're even further back. Now you're high on it, as you say, and then it goes skinny all the way across the green or who knows where.
I've been getting a lot better with my following through.
Well, you have been. You also really do something well that I haven't really taught you. It's just it's your cadence, but you do when you're swinging in a good tempo. You're so backswing to downswing's transition, right? Your transition is really soft, and I don't see a ton of speed until right about where your hands get to your right hip, which is absolutely ideal.
Yeah.
It's not like you're trying to swing really hard from the top.
Right.
I'm
Right,
seeing that
that's-
club kind of fall into a position, and then I see all the speed, and that's how you're getting this consistent with this ball speed.
That's actually how I was doing pretty good with my driver over there.
No,
It was the same thing.
continue that
I was
thought.
coming down and then I was really,
Good.
like the last
Don't be
2/3
afraid
of
to
the half.
feel that with the lob wedge through gap
Okay.
wedge too. Don't be
Okay.
afraid to feel that because that's same thing. Just
Yeah.
it's a little shorter club, so
Okay.
maybe you don't feel as you don't.
Well,
have
when
that
I
much
play
time.
them, I'm feeling like I gotta finesse it more.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
and-
so we'll work on those when we go outside to hit like 60-yard shots, 40-yard shots. We're
Yeah.
gonna start working more on backswing tempo
Yeah.
and length,
Right.
right? But still feeling a similar finish or follow
Right,
through.
up through. Right,
Yeah.
I remember you saying that, no matter how you're hitting it, you gotta follow through.
Correct. There it is again. And that wasn't hit as perfect, but there's that same. So when you go back to look at this on YouTube, you're gonna notice that you're here nicely, and then your hands come literally down to here. Then I'm seeing everything moving very, very quickly through the golf ball. I mean,
Yeah.
Kenny, that's really good.
Right, so keep that up.
Yeah, I mean, I absolutely love that. You're gonna see that on every great player on TV.
Okay.
That this, and then we see
Then all of a
speed. It's
sudden
not like
it
it's
is.
right from the top down.
Well, see, that's when I first started. That's what I was
Sure.
trying to just
Oh, that's
wind up
normal.
and hit as hard as I
Yeah,
could.
that's normal. But now you have this little bit of patience, which is really hard to teach. So that's why I'm really, really thrilled whether I'm seeing in that transition to downswing.
Did you happen to look at our last lesson
What happened?
on the thing?
No.
You got a nice compliment.
Oh,
It said, there was one comment that said, huge improvement from earlier lessons.
that's your compliment, not me. That's
well,
for
that's
you.
your compliment too.
Well, it
That's
is
for
mine, but
teaching
you're the
me.
one doing all the work outside,
Well, then it
though,
was
too.
both of ours.
Yes, all right, I'll take it. But thank you.
I don't know, some guy named Sanford or something. But I guess he's watching us, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. It's okay. All right, give me one more good one. Okay, be careful. Yeah, you're starting to get into this look again. That, instead of just feeling here, turning, don't let your arms pick you up and out of your golf swing. One more good one. Great job, buddy.
Okay.
Great job.
Yep. Going along.
Yes, you are, buddy. Yes, you are.